What's up, beautiful people of the Football Daily fan base? Welcome to Hot Takes on a Thursday. Yep. Patrick Van Straten.
Hi.
What is Hot Takes?
You send us your bad opinions, your dumb questions, and we criticise you and make you feel like a smaller person.
Anyway, without further ado, let's go on to your spicy opinions. And why have I got this? Do not ask.
Overnight, a baseball fan in Tampa Bay carried out on a stretcher after she was struck by a foul ball.
And these images of the man police are looking for just into our newsroom. Take a look.
This one comes from Johannes Borner. You might be German. Welcome, and you're going to love this one, Patty. Most football fans are idiots.
100% correct. 100% correct. Most football fans are stupid, racist, homophobic, sexist, morons who will apologise for anybody if that person plays for their team, but will attack anybody if they play for another team, regardless of what they do. Witness Raheem Sterling and Paul Pogba's treatment, but witness the defence that basically every Barcelona player got after they fiddled their taxes. You know, we see it all the time. If anybody accuses a footballer of anything, then people will go absolutely berserk on social media defending them without really paying attention to the facts of the case. I really don't understand idolising a footballer to the extent that you will just call anybody who says anything bad about them a liar, even when that person has the weight of evidence on their side.
Estoy de acuerdo con lo que dijo el hombre inteligente.
Okay, this one comes from Anai. Oh, God. Maheshwari. Cheers, Kieran Carlin behind the camera.
It's all right.
And Kieran Carlin behind the screen of the edit. Ozil is way better than David Silva, and it's a fact. Keep in mind, this guy is an Arsenal fan. It's a big statement. However, I would like to say I feel David Silva just about trumps it. I think they're both quality players. I just feel David Silva in the Premier League, partly due to the team that he's playing for, has been more consistent.
Fair.
And he's a really nice guy. And probably so is Ozil, but I've seen it on the City documentary and I was just like, I would fight for David Silva. Statistically, don't have any points to back up my point, but that's how I feel. Patty?
I actually think they're surprisingly different players. I think if you want a 10 whose job is to create chances for goal scorers, Ozil is better at that than David Silva. He is straight up better at that than David Silva. But that's not really what David Silva does. David Silva plays a lot more like Iniesta, where he's the guy who floats around and knits your attack together. And he can also do that number 10 thing. What he always does every season, he tends to lead the league in passes inside the box. So you know when you get a chance in the box and then somebody gets there and rather than shooting, they play that extra pass that takes one or two more players out of the game. I think that's what David Silva does quite often. He turns good chances into huge chances. And yeah, I don't know. I actually think Ozil is more consistent than people give him credit for. But if I wanted a conventional 10, I go for Ozil. If I wanted a guy who would just improve my team, I go David Silva.
They're both sick players.
Both sick boys.
Anash Luthar has our next, Luthar just about, has our next one. And he said, and this is stupid, this is ridiculous. Mbappe is not world class right now. People factor in the age and make it seem he's better in terms of quality at present. Sterling is better than him, but because he's not 19, Mbappe is considered better. You, my friend, old Anash, are what we call a dickhead.
Wow, strong.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs to realise that Mbappe right now is in the top 5 best players in the world.
Yeah, that's probably true.
He is stupid, and I can't wait to see him basically dominate world football for the next 10 years. So quick on the ball, his decision making, ridiculous. I'd say Neymar's top and second at performing some of the skills that he does, especially he loves a good step over, Mbappe. Honestly, Neymar I'd say is the best skiller.
5-star skiller.
If that's even a reference point. I'd say Mbappe. Mbappe pulls some ridiculous stuff off. I remember there was a couple of weeks ago, he just did this thing where he just flicks it over 3 people.
Douglas Costa's quite good at that
just
as well.
sprints round them.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Like, I do see where he's coming from. I don't really think the label world class is that useful because it's not really kind of...
It's not defined.
I don't know what it means. Yeah, and Mbappe last season was absolutely insane from the wing, which is hard. A guy who was playing on the left wing or in a front two went onto the right wing and was still elite, whereas that actually took Raheem Sterling quite a while to replicate his form on the right that he'd shown on the left and in the centre. Admittedly, he's in a softer league, a slightly softer league.
But we've
than-
seen him
than
dominate
Sterling.
the Champions League.
No, I agree.
well.
I agree, and I also don't think that Ligue 1 is a farmer league.
And the World
people
Cup.
think. But I do think Raheem Sterling is an underrated
Oh, yeah.
player. However, you've got to bear in mind Raheem Sterling is like 4 years older than Mbappe.
And we still consider him to be really young.
That's huge. The difference between Sterling and Mbappe is like the difference between Eden Hazard and Sterling. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean Mbappe is pretty good right now. He's already one of the best attackers in the world.
Oh, yeah.
He will probably be the best.
Brandon George, with a very weird picture, look at that, has said Doogie will win Stat Wars the league. You know what? He's currently top, and I partially may agree. The big thing about the Stat Wars the league compared to the champions is if you lose, you don't get knocked out straight away. Look, I'm going to be bottom 2. Possibly Kieran might come last.
Yeah.
Who knows? We said we should just be a tag team. Just both compete as one person. Zirin.
Yeah.
Zirin be our name.
Zirin.
That's what we should do. But in terms of Doogie, I think the big matches where he might collect points is you. That's where it comes to. That it's either you or Doogie that wins it this year.
Oh really?
Because
What?
it's not-
So you think
it's
those are
not
the
a-
6 pointers?
Yeah, it's
no
not-
Hamill. You're not giving Hamill a shot, or McCubbin, the reigning champ.
Nah, I'll be honest. McCubbin was,
McCubbin's
was worrying.
erratic.
He somehow, yeah.
Like-
he rode the wave last year and somehow stayed on the board.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. But yeah, like I'd say that Hamill's got it in him. Hamill's got it in him.
Hamill's too much like Liverpool. He'll flop. He's
Wow.
like, we do not
Wow.
let this slip, and then just screws it
Yeah,
up.
he's exactly that.
And then you know what? He'll get flustered as well.
No!
Imagine he's top of the.
No.
Yeah. Oh. I
Like
can't
you don't
believe
see
it.
this when we shoot, but what will happen is if you're up against Hamill, he'll genuinely sit for about 4 minutes thinking and just going, and then eventually you'll rush him and he'll be like, sake. And then when the person he's going against will sit there thinking for about 45 seconds and he'll be like, come on then, come on.
Yeah.
Like he's a
dirty player.
His perception of time is extremely elastic, depending on whether he's winning or losing. I don't know. I have more faith in Hamill than you do. I think Hamill's overall a stronger player than Doogie Critchley.
I don't know, but I feel like Doogie's a bit more of like he can pull it out the stocks when he needs to.
He
beat
cares
Hamill.
more. He cares more.
He beat Hamill as well.
True, but it's about consistency over the course of the season.
It is. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's what we all need to remember.
Exactly correct.
Apart from, in both cases, I wouldn't finish. Asmir has our next hot take, and it's probably the title question. See how we do this? You can be a YouTuber too if you clickbait videos. No, we're trying to stop. We really are. Anyway, Asmir has said Jorginho is just a stat padder and side pass merchant.
Yes.
Got exposed against Liverpool. Don't know if I tend to agree with that. I thought
Got
against
exposed
Liverpool,
against
yeah,
Liverpool?
I thought against Liverpool we were really good. Apart from an insane Danny Sturridge finish,
Yeah.
we should have won that match. The goal is stupid. A bit of play between Kovacic, who's also been very impressive this season. Kovacic, Jorginho, Hazard, quick couple of passes straight down from Kovacic. He is brilliant. The one thing I'd maybe say is obviously when he's in front of goal, he's not so good, but that isn't his job in the
that's not
side.
his job.
It's literally not his job at all. That's for Kovacic and now partially Kante, which is quite surprising.
Not sure about that.
Look, I think against West Ham, some of his passes were basically we just give him the ball and then let him do what he wants. But the way West Ham are defending, he found it a bit difficult. You never think I'd say that, but I think he's been absolutely fine. Not a stat padder at all. He's just a very good player.
I think it's bollocks. If you think this, you should read about Juego de Posición. So like the idea about like how players move relative to the ball and relative to opponents. So sometimes you'll see a player. Sometimes I used to find this annoying. You know when a guy would pass to a guy in front of him and that guy would pass it straight back? But he does that because you pass to that guy, a defender starts coming towards him. He passes it back and then you can pass into the space where the defender was. So when he's passing sideways, he's not just passing sideways, he's trying to move the defense around to find space. So if you think this, prove it. Like that's the thing. If you really think it, prove it. Like next time you watch a game, make a note of every time he passes the ball forwards and you'll realise he actually passes forwards an awful lot. Like we're not saying there are no flaws in his game, but generally speaking, like if you go into a game and you think, right, I think this player's shit, so I'm just going to watch him all game, then you'll actually probably find that he's better than you think. I think he's quite good, little Georgie.
I've learned so much there. So that is hot takes for this week. We hope you guys have a good Thursday and enjoy the Europa League, because I will, because Chelsea are in it. Woohoo!
Oh, so are we. Who are you paying?
I don't know.
I literally don't know.
But yeah, sorry. Make sure you check out Transfer Talk from yesterday. Go over to FTFC where the non-league vlog boys went to #United. That was a really good vlog.
This weekend we've got 2 football socials for you. So watch those. The 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday. I'm on those. And then Liverpool versus Man City on Sunday. Don't know who's on it. Probably Hamill because he's a glory hunter. Anyway, watch those.
Bye.
Bye.